How's it going, everyone? If you're from, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yes, back with another review for you, as per usual. So, show the channel love. Doesn't cost anything, it's free. 105 subscribers. Still small channel, still working at it, but we can get it up there. So, a review I'm going to be doing today is Anaconda. I think this is the new 25 movie. Anaconda, starring Jack Black, um, Paul Rudd, Tandy Newton. That was a weird face. I haven't seen her in like ages. I just thought she completely quit, but she's in this movie, and Daniela Melchior. I think Melchior or Melkor. I can't remember. I can't remember how to say her name, but anyway, so this is Anaconda 2025, and this is a movie directed by, who is the director of this? Tom Gormican. I've never heard of him, and I can't really click on his name to see what else he did. But yeah, so Tom Gormican is the director of this, and this pretty much follows. Uh, so these are a bunch of adults. Again, your main group pretty much uh, played by Paul Rudd. Well, I'm forgetting the cast. Jack Black. Oh yeah, I forgot Steve Zahn isn't here too. Steve Zahn, because when I first seen him, I was like, oh, Steve Zahn. I didn't see him in anything in a while neither. So Steve Zahn and Tandy Newton, and basically they all play friends. Jack Black is in Jack Black. I think I said Jack Black, but they're basically, so these are basically childhood friends. They have fun making movies and stuff like that when they're younger, and as they got older, they realize, man, being an adult really sucks. So neither one of them really like, their lives. Their lives are terrible. Um, so Paul Rudd comes back and he's like, guys, I got the they used to be filmmakers when they were kids. They were just kind of playing around, but Paul Rudd, he kind of gets fired from it. Well, he gets let go from his job, and it's not a spoiler. This happens like in the first like few minutes of the movie, and so they all go to a diner, and they're like, Paul Rudd's like, guys, I got the rights to Anaconda. Sony gave me the rights to Anaconda, so we should go to this. We should go out to this jungle, and we should go out to the tropics or tropical rainforest or whatever and make Anaconda. Let's do it. Let's make Anaconda. And and they're basically making like I can't remember if it was like a sequel or if it was their version or whatever. So they go on a trip to make the movie. And when I first saw the trailer, I was like, you know what, this could honestly work, because if we were to look at the original Anaconda, was a goofy movie. It wasn't. Come on, you couldn't take that movie seriously. It was a fun, campy romp about a giant CG snake eating people. They used CG on the snake back then too. So I'm not saying, because if you actually do really see, anacondas can really grow that big, but I actually seen YouTube videos on this. Like I had no idea anacondas could get that big until someone was like, Jesus, that's a huge snake. Um, but so but the originals, they're CG, because you probably can't train a real anaconda to do what it does in the movie. Uh, and there's the same case here. I think, well, we had limited technology back in the mid 90s, so that anaconda, I think, was more like, it was CG, but it was kind of mixed with like animatronics. There were some animatronics with the anaconda too. Uh, and then we had all those low budget spin-offs, anacondas, Anaconda 2, Anaconda 3. I think there was a 4 too. There was a bunch of them. There was like 100 Anaconda movies, and they're all terrible. And it was all like low budget, straight to DVD garbage. But I mean, I mean, is it really any different from the one with Ice Cube, J Lo? Uh, rest in peace to the late Bill Paxton. He was in that one. John Voight. I mean, like, was it really that? Like, what was more cheesier than that? What could you ask for more than a cheesy version of Anaconda, especially one where it's a meta joke, uh, like this one is intended? And I, so what I do like about this movie is the willingness to kind of go goofy with it. I think again, like I said, like I know people saw the trailer and they're like, "What? This is an Anaconda," and it's like, man, even I laughed. I was like, "Look, man, the original Anaconda was a stupid movie if you think about it. So this fits right up there for it to be a comedy because that last one pretty much kind of was a comedy." Um, so I do like the willingness to go in that direction. However, uh, I think I'm just gonna jump into it, man. This movie's terrible. I watched it, so I kind of wanted to lean into this first. I should probably told you if it was bad or not, but I saw this meme on Facebook, and it was like these squares, and it has four different actors in it. Jack Black was in one of those squares. Jack Black was amongst one of them. I think it was Joey King was another one. Yeah, I think Joey King. I think she was one of them too. Four actors in each of these squares, and the caption that read above it said, how you know you're watching a bad movie, or how you know how your movie's gonna be, how you know your movie's gonna be shit." And it had those four actors in it. Oh, look, y'all. I hate the dog on Jack Black. I know he's a nice guy in real life. People say he's a really cool dude. He's a gamer. I think I've even mentioned this in reviews that I've done of movies with him in it, because I did review two other movies with him in it, the Mario Brothers movie, and I also also reviewed the Minecraft movie. And I'll say this about the guy. Oh, and I forgot he was in Borderlands. I forgot he was in Borderlands. He did the voice for Claptrap. I'll say this for him. I think I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy. He's cool. I'm a gamer too. He's a gamer. We have that in common. I just think he's just not a good. He's not. He just doesn't. He's not a good actor. I don't think he. If he is, like, I just haven't seen it in him. I understand the appeal back at this point in my life. Um, yeah, he's a little straight man in here. I will say that he does some of his Jack Blackisms in here, which that annoys the shit out of me. I he does that. Um, I really hate when he does that. And then, like, the premise of this movie, it's just not. It's not like I was hoping like it would go in a more comedic direction. Think of something like 21 Jump Street or even 22 Jump Street. How that was meta towards that show, right? It had a lot of meta jokes towards that show, which I thought was pretty funny. That's what made that show funny, or that movie funny, was it was self-aware of how goofy and how unserious the show was, because I grew up watching 21 Jump Street. I saw the original with Johnny Depp in it, where he was a kid, like a teenager. So, and like, I don't know why I didn't just go in that direction. It was weird. This basically turns into Anaconda, the movie. Really, but it's a more underwhelming, um, kind of shittier version of a movie. Um, I said Tandy Newton's in here. I don't really care for Tandy Newton as an actress. I'm going to be very honest with you. I mean, she was in maybe one movie that I liked, and it was a Guy Ritchie movie. And then the rest of the movie, she was were kind of either mediocre to just dog shit. And she's just come back to being another dog shit film. So it's just like, she could have just stayed going, unless she was coming back to um it actually made me, make me worth it, made me give a shit at, at some point, but whatever. Daniela Melchior, if you guys remember her, she was Ratcatcher in the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, and I did like her. I did like her in the movie. She's a little more serious. Um, of course, Paul Rudd. That dude's a vampire. He can't age. He's pretty good in this too. He plays Griff. His name is Ronald Griffin. Griff for short. They call him Griff. He's the one that tells them like, hey, I got the rights to Anaconda. Let's go out and make, let's go out and redo our version of Anaconda. Paul Rudd was good in here. Um, Steve Zahn. There were some changes between Steve Zahn and Jack Black. I actually did thought it was funny. Although overall I didn't think it was that funny. I thought the laughs were kind of terrible. This is just a really undercooked film. Not very funny. Like there were maybe a couple moments I did laugh. And like I said, a couple of those exchanges were that made me laugh was between Jack Black and Steve Zahn. I thought that was kind of funny. Steve Zahn just kind of plays like he's kind of like this little coward, man. He just grew up to just be, just to be just like just awkward and kind of a little punk. Yeah, so that's kind of what he became. But I thought the a couple of the exchanges between him and Jack Black were hilarious. Um, but other than that, they do some cameo appearances in here too. I don't want to ruin them. There are cool cameos that show up. Um, it shows up that I didn't really care when it showed up. It was pretty much at the ass end of the film, and I was like, okay. Well, because they were in the original, right? You want me to just go, like, oh my god, this character just showed up? Just really bad misusages of cameos. There's a cameo that shows up in here from the original movie, and that person disappears and doesn't come back. Like they show up for like 2 seconds, and then they don't even come back. You don't see them ever again. You don't see them for the rest of the movie. You're like, why? What's the point of that? Yeah. This movie's bad. It's bad. I just couldn't wait for it to. I'm gonna say I couldn't wait for it to end. Like I wasn't completely like offended by it, but at the same time, I just kind of watched. It, I was like, why is this even here? Like, why was the movie even made? If you were just really going to sort of rehash the flaw of the original movie, because it tries to put comedy in there, but it's just the original movie after a while, and I didn't really care for this one at all. This is going to be a low recommend. Not exactly a do not recommend, but it's a low recommend. Um, I thought I thought the plot was maybe going in a decent direction until it turns into the original Anaconda, and then I just kind of lost interest. Yeah, so if you want to see a Anaconda movie, just watch the original with Ice Cube and John Voight and the late Bill Paxton and J Lo. Just watch that one. Yeah, so that is my review for Anaconda. This is a low recommend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.